There is a reason you clicked on this today, and it was not by chance. Somewhere, right now, someone who has never stopped thinking about you is holding back the words their heart has been trying to say for far too long. And in the next few minutes, you are going to understand why. Before we go any further, I want you to type, "I am open, love is here," in the comments below. It confirms that your spirit is open to receive what is coming, and it lets the universe know you are here, present, and ready to listen. Dear soul, I have waited for this moment. Finally, I am allowed to speak with you. Something has opened so I could reach through the quiet and find you now, because there is something you need to hear today. And if you turn away before this message is finished, you may miss the door that is beginning to open for you right now. This is not just another video. This is your turning point. The words coming through are not mine. They rise from a higher place, a place where truth is not hidden, where hearts speak without fear, and where real, sacred love cannot be denied. Yes, I am speaking about your soulmate. And even though silence has surrounded this connection, what has been quietly growing is far more powerful than anything that has been said or shown so far. You found this moment for a reason. Nothing here is an accident. The love you carry in your heart has been felt far beyond you, and it is finding its way back to you now. But you need to stay with this until the very end, because without understanding what has been held back, without hearing what your soulmate has not yet found the courage to say, you may never grasp the full truth. And without that understanding, something precious could slip away. So take a breath. Set everything else aside for a moment. Let this message settle into your spirit. Let your heart hear what your mind has been trying to quiet. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself remember. And as you listen, let your presence be known. Comment with faith. Say, "I receive." Say, "I am ready," because what is about to be shared is meant for you and you alone. Once it begins, you will not want to look away, because you are finally going to know what your soulmate has never had the courage to say out loud. Until now. Dear soul, looking upon your journey, I see a heart that has carried so much. I see a spirit that has hoped, questioned, and sometimes doubted. But your doubts are not the end of your story. The silence you have felt from your soulmate is not empty. It is full of meaning, full of feeling that runs deeper than words can hold. Dear soul, pause for a moment. Welcome to the Angel's Message for You original channel. Please check the channel name carefully. It's Angel's Message for You. This is our only official channel. Beware of copycat and fake channels. Stay connected to the original source to receive authentic angel messages and true blessings. Before we begin, a heartfelt thank you to Vito and Debbie for sowing a seed for Soulmate through your Ko-Fi super thanks. May this seed return to you multiplied with soulmate blessings, divine protection, love, well-being, and abundance. May the angels guide and watch over you every step of your journey. Thank you for your beautiful support. Let's continue with divine message. Your soulmate, the one bound to you by something greater than circumstance, has not stopped feeling. Yes, there have been moments of distance, moments where you felt a gap you could not explain. But that gap is not what it looks like. It is a space where love has been quietly, powerfully growing, waiting for the right moment to be shown. Picture, for a moment, the heart of your soulmate. It beats in rhythm with yours, even when you cannot hear it. This heart has been holding onto a love that feels just as alive as the day you first connected, maybe even more so. The love your soulmate feels for you has not faded. It has been nurtured quietly, in daydreams, in stray thoughts that keep drifting back to you. In the still hours of the night, When the world has gone quiet, your soulmate is thinking of you. In those quiet moments, there is a longing, a wish to reach out and close the distance that silence has created. But there is also fear. A fear that saying this love out loud could somehow break something delicate. This fear does not come from a lack of love. It comes from a love so deep, so overwhelming, that the idea of losing you feels unbearable. Your soulmate is watching over you, dear soul, not always in the physical sense, but in a deeper way, where every thought and every feeling weaves into the connection you share. They picture your life, your challenges, and they send you quiet hopes, quiet blessings, wishing you could feel their presence even without words. This silence is not rejection. It is not indifference. It is proof of how deeply they feel. It is a silence that says more than words ever could, if only you know how to listen. And that is what I am here to help you do. There may have been a time when things felt closer, when the connection felt more within reach. But life has a way of creating distance, of placing obstacles that seem too big to move. These obstacles were never meant to pull you apart. They were meant to strengthen what you share, to test how strong your bond really is. And through every test, the love your soulmate carries for you has only grown. You may have wondered why they have not reached out, why the words you long to hear have not yet been spoken. The answer is fear, the fear of loss, the fear that speaking up might somehow push you further away. This fear has been a shadow over their heart, a shadow I am here to help lift. Because the truth is, this love was never meant to stay hidden. It is meant to be shared, to be lived fully. Your soulmate's silence has been a kind of shield, protecting a love so real, so pure, that it could not be risked carelessly. They have been waiting for the right moment, waiting for the timing to feel true. And that moment is getting closer. The silence is about to lift, and you need to be ready to receive what has been waiting so long to come through. In the quiet moments when you feel their absence, know that their heart is still speaking to you. It is sending you feelings of love, of longing, of wanting to reconnect. These feelings are not lost. Your spirit receives them, even when your mind is not fully aware. Trust this connection. Trust the love that ties you together, and know that the silence will not last forever. What your soulmate feels for you goes beyond time, beyond distance. It is a love that has been tested by silence, tested by challenges, and has only come out stronger. This love is a light guiding them back to you, and you must keep your heart open to receive it. As you take in these words, let your heart settle. Let it soak in this truth. Your soulmate's love for you is alive. It is real, and it is waiting for the moment it can finally be spoken. The silence is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one where love no longer hides but steps into the light. Prepare yourself, dear soul, for what is coming. The silence is about to give way to something that will change everything. This is not a time for doubt. This is a time for faith, a time to trust the bigger plan unfolding around you. Carry these words with you. The silence has been like a cocoon, quietly nurturing a love that is finally ready to spread its wings. Your soulmate is preparing to step forward, to speak the words they have held onto for so long. And when that moment arrives, you will understand that the silence was never empty. It was always filled with a love meant only for you. Stay with me because there is more to uncover. This journey is not finished, and what comes next will bring you even closer to the truth. It is time now to look deeper into the reasons behind this silence. The heart is not simple. It is layered with feelings, fears, and hopes all woven together. Your soulmate's quiet is not an empty space. It holds intricate emotions that deserve to be understood. They have been carrying a weight, something that has kept them from speaking their truth. This weight is not only about right now. It comes from experiences in their past that shaped how they love and how they hold back. In their past, there were moments when they opened their heart and were met with pain or with rejection. Those experiences left marks that are invisible but deeply felt. Those marks built a kind of protective wall around their most tender feelings. The love they feel for you is so strong, so complete, that the thought of it being hurt again feels frightening. This fear is not a reflection of how much they love you. It is a reflection of wounds from before. They worry that speaking this love out loud might invite the same pain they have felt in the past. This fear whispers that silence feels safer, that holding back somehow protects both of you. But that is not the only reason. There are also pressures in the present, responsibilities and expectations weighing on them. Maybe family, work, or other demands are pulling at their energy, making it hard to find the right words at the right time. And then there is the fear of the unknown. Love asks us to take a leap, to face uncertainty, and your soulmate may fear that speaking their feelings means stepping into territory where the outcome feels unclear. This fear can feel paralyzing, pulling them back into silence. And yet, despite all of this, their love for you remains strong. It is a love that has stood the test of time, of distance, of silence itself. This love is proof of how deep their feelings truly run. It is waiting for the moment when fear and doubt can finally be set aside. I am here to help you understand these hidden layers, to help you see past the silence and into the heart behind it. When you understand their fears and struggles, you can meet this moment with patience and compassion. Your soulmate's silence is not rejection. It is a quiet request for understanding, a sign that this love is too meaningful to be spoken carelessly. It needs time, it needs care until the right moment arrives. In the meantime, know that their thoughts return to you again and again. They imagine a future where this love can finally be spoken freely. They dream of the day the walls can come down. These dreams reflect how committed they are to being with you. They are also on their own journey of healing, learning to face old fears and step out of old shadows. This is not easy, but they are walking this path, guided by the same love that connects the two of you. As you take in these words, let understanding fill your heart. Release any doubt or frustration you may be carrying. Know that your soulmate's silence is not indifference. It is a sign of how deeply they feel, a quiet space filled with emotion waiting to be expressed. Prepare yourself because this silence is going to break, and when it does, the truth will finally come through. As we continue together, understand that this silence and this love are part of something bigger than the two of you. This is not only about two people finding each other. It is about destiny unfolding, about timing lining up in a way that is far greater than either of you could plan. What you are living through is not a coincidence. It is something set in motion long before this moment arrived. Your connection to your soulmate is not random. It is a bond that began before this life, one shaped by experiences that have touched both of your souls across time. This bond speaks to the enduring power of real love, of a connection that lasts. In a deeper sense, beyond ordinary time and space, your souls are already connected, moving together like a quiet, guided dance that goes beyond the physical world. This dance is guided by something greater, ensuring your paths cross exactly when they need to, so your hearts can find their rhythm together. The silence you have felt is not separation. It is preparation. It is a time for both of you to grow, to heal, and to align with a bigger plan already in motion. This silence has been a sacred space, quietly holding a love that is being protected until it's ready to fully emerge. I have been watching this unfold, guiding both of you through the hard moments and the doubts. I have whispered encouragement in the quiet, reminding you that you were never truly alone. The signs you have noticed along the way are not random. They are gentle nudges reminding you that love is waiting to be revealed. These signs show up in different ways: a song that hits differently, a dream that feels more real than reality, a warmth that fills you when you think of your soulmate. These are simply the universe's way of guiding you toward the moment when this silence finally breaks. Before we continue, I'd like to invite you to pause for just a moment and think about the one your heart has been praying for. If today's message has touched your heart, it may be because your soulmate has been carrying silent tears, hidden burdens, or emotions they've never found the courage to share. Whether you've already met them or are still waiting for God to bring your paths together, they may need your prayers today more than ever. If your heart feels led, you can sow a seed for your soulmate through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the Ko-Fi link in the video description and the pinned comment. Jesus said, "Give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over, will be poured into your lap." Luke 6 verse 38. Let your gift be a quiet expression of faith, love, and gratitude as you place your soulmate journey into God's hands. Let this simple act become a heartfelt prayer asking God to comfort your soulmate, heal every unseen hurt, strengthen their faith, and prepare both of your hearts for the beautiful moment He has already appointed. Whether near or far, known or unknown, may your prayer become a quiet expression of love that reaches beyond distance and beyond words. May God bless your generosity, watch over your soulmate, and fill your journey with His perfect peace, healing, and divine timing. Amen. Let's continue with angel message. Your soulmate has been noticing these signs too. They feel a pull, a quiet calling of the heart drawing them back to you. They may not fully understand it, but they feel it deeply. They sense that something greater is guiding them toward you. This is a season of awakening, a time for both of you to step into who you truly are and welcome the love that has been waiting. It is time to release the fears, the doubts, and the old insecurities holding you back. It is a time to trust the process, to trust the love you share. As you move ahead, know that support surrounds you every step of the way. Every obstacle is being cleared so that when you come together, it feels natural and true. This journey is not only about finding love. It is about becoming the fullest, truest version of yourself. It is about stepping into your own light and letting that light shine for others to see. Your love has the power to guide others toward their own truth, their own path. Every challenge you have faced, every silence you have endured, has been part of your growth. It has been preparing you for a love that is real, steady, and lasting. As you take in these words, let hope fill your heart. Know that this silence is coming to an end, that the love that has been hidden is finally ready to be seen. Trust the timing. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Your soulmate is walking this same path with you. They feel the same pull, the same quiet call, and they are preparing to step into the light, ready to share the love they have been holding on to. This is a season of change, a season of awakening. It is time to release the past, let go of fear and doubt, and step forward with an open heart. It is time to trust the love you share and trust the bigger plan already at work. As you move forward, remember that you are never truly alone. Support is with you, guiding you, encouraging you, caring for you at every step. Every condition is being aligned so this love can grow, so this connection can be revealed in its fullest form. Stay with me, dear soul, because there is more to uncover. This journey is not finished, and what comes next will bring you even closer to the truth. What lies ahead is a deeper understanding, a deeper connection, and you must be ready to receive it. The silence is breaking, and what follows is the most meaningful part of this message. Prepare yourself for the moment when this silence finally breaks. It is close, a moment when old fears are overcome and the truth comes to light. Until then, hold on to what you feel, hold on to the connection you share. Trust the journey, trust the process, trust the love that ties you together. As we come to the heart of this message, it is time to understand fully the depth of love your soulmate holds for you. A love that has never faded, never weakened, but has only grown stronger with time. In the quiet of their heart, they have been nurturing a love as vivid and alive as the day you first connected. This is not an old, faded feeling. It is a living, breathing love that has been waiting for the right moment to be fully expressed. And that moment is close. The silence around your connection has been like a protective shield, guarding something precious until the timing felt right. Your soulmate has not stayed quiet out of a lack of courage, but out of deep respect for how sacred this bond feels. They have been waiting for the timing to feel true, for a clear sign that it is finally time to speak. And now that sign is here. The silence is about to break, and the love that has been hidden is ready to step into the light. This love has always belonged to you, and it always will. Your soulmate's heart has been beating in rhythm with yours the whole time. Even in the quiet, they have imagined the moment they can finally look at you and say the words they have held back for so long. They have pictured a future built together, filled with warmth, closeness, and understanding. This is not a passing feeling. It is a deep connection shaped by everything you both have lived through, made stronger through the challenges you've faced. It is steady, enduring, and true. Looking over this journey, I have seen the doubt, the longing, and the hope that brought you here. I have seen the love you carry, and I have seen the love your soulmate carries too. This love has been a guiding light, leading you through hard seasons and toward brighter days. This silence has been a season of preparation, a time for both of you to grow, to heal old wounds, to release old fears, and to align with something bigger unfolding around you. It has been a quiet space, gently holding this love until it was ready to take flight. Your soulmate has been on their own journey too, shaped by the same love that ties you together. They have been working through fear, facing old shadows, and preparing themselves to step into the light. As you take in these words, let your heart hold this truth. Your soulmate's love for you is still alive, still real, still yours. It has been waiting for the right moment, and that moment is close. The silence is breaking, and the love hidden within it is finally ready to be revealed. Prepare yourself for the moment your soulmate steps forward to speak their truth. It is a moment that will shift everything, bringing your hearts into real harmony. This love is still yours, and it is ready to be fully welcomed. Trust the plan unfolding around you. Trust the love you share. Trust the path that brought you here. Support surrounds you, guiding you, encouraging you, holding you steady every step of the way. Every condition is aligning so this love can grow into its fullest form. As you move forward, hold these words close. The love your soulmate feels for you has never faded. It has been cared for quietly, protected, and it is ready now to come into the light. This love is yours, and it always will be. This is a season of awakening, a season of change. It is time to step into the light, to welcome the love that has been waiting patiently to be revealed. Trust the journey. Trust the process. Trust the love that binds you. As we near the end of this message, remember you are never alone. Support is with you, guiding you, caring for you, every step of the way. Conditions are being aligned so this love can bloom fully, so this connection can be revealed exactly as it was meant to be. Prepare for the moment this silence finally breaks. It is approaching, a moment when fear gives way and truth finally comes through. Until then, hold on to what you feel, hold on to the connection you share. Trust the journey. Trust the process. Trust the love that ties you together. This love is still yours, dear soul. It always has been and it always will be. The silence is breaking, and the love hidden within it is ready to step into the light. Welcome it. Hold it close. Let it guide you toward the future you are meant to build together. Before we go any further into this next part, let's take a moment to talk about what it really means to feel like a soulmate connection. So many people wonder if what they feel is real, or if they are simply imagining a bond that does not exist. I want to gently reassure you, if you are drawn to this message, if these words feel like they are speaking directly to your situation, that is not by accident. A true soulmate connection often does not look like the movies. It is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it shows up as a feeling of familiarity with someone, like you have known them before, even if you just met. Sometimes it shows up as a pull you cannot quite explain, a sense that your paths are meant to cross again and again. This kind of connection is not about perfection. It is not about two people who never struggle or never face distance. It is about two hearts that keep finding their way back to each other, even after time apart, even after misunderstandings, even after silence. If this describes what you have been feeling, know that what you are sensing is real. Trust what your heart already knows, even when your mind wants proof. Let's also talk about fear for a moment, because fear shows up in this kind of waiting more than people like to admit. You might fear that you are wrong about this connection. You might fear that you are wasting your time waiting for someone who may never speak up. You might even fear being hurt again, the way you may have been hurt in the past. These fears are normal. They do not mean something is wrong with you. They simply mean you are human, and you have a heart that has learned to protect itself. But here is something gentle to remember. Fear often shows up loudest right before something meaningful is about to shift. It is almost like fear tries to talk you out of hope right before hope is about to be rewarded. So when that fear shows up, instead of letting it convince you to give up, try treating it like a signal. A signal that says you are close to something important, so please do not turn back now. I also want to speak to something that often goes unspoken in these kinds of messages, and that is the idea of self-worth. Sometimes, when someone we care about stays quiet for a long time, it is easy to start wondering if we are simply not worthy of being chosen, not worthy of hearing the words we long to hear. I want to be very clear with you. Silence from someone else does not define your worth. Your value does not shrink because someone else is still working through their own fears. You are whole and worthy exactly as you are, right now, in this very moment, whether or not anyone else has said the words you are waiting to hear. This is important because the way you carry yourself while you wait matters. If you wait while believing you are somehow lacking, that energy will follow you into the relationship once it does unfold. But if you wait while knowing your own worth, standing steady in who you are, you enter that future connection from a place of strength, not lack. That is a much healthier place to build lasting love from. Let's also gently address something many people feel but rarely say out loud. and that is the temptation to give up. There may have been days when you thought about walking away from this hope altogether, convincing yourself it would hurt less to simply stop waiting. If you have felt that, you are not alone, and there is no shame in feeling tired. Waiting is hard. Hoping while uncertain is hard. But I want to remind you gently that giving up on something meaningful rarely brings peace. It usually just delays the moment when you finally allow yourself to keep going. Dear soul, before we continue, I'd like to invite you to do something truly meaningful for your soulmate journey. The bond between soulmates is precious, and at times, it can feel vulnerable to negativity, envy, or the evil eye from the world around us, even when no harm is intended. If your heart is calling you to cover this connection with an extra layer of love, faith, and protection, you can sow your seed for your soulmate through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the Ko-Fi link in the video description and the pinned comment. This simple act can become a heartfelt expression of your intention, inviting the angels to watch over your soulmate connection, surround it with divine light, and guide it as it continues to grow in the right time and in the right way. Throughout the Bible, we see that giving is more than an offering. It's a beautiful expression of faith, gratitude, and trust in God's plan. As 2 Corinthians 9 verse 7 reminds us, God loves a cheerful giver, and Luke 6 verse 38 teaches that generosity has a way of overflowing back into our lives according to God's wisdom and timing. If you feel led to do so, thank you from the bottom of my heart. May your kindness return to you multiplied, and may your soulmate journey be filled with peace, hope, and divine guidance. Let's continue with the angel message. If you are still here, reading these words, some part of you has already decided not to give up. That part of you deserves recognition. That part of you deserves encouragement. So let this be your reminder today: you are allowed to keep hoping. You are allowed to keep believing in something meaningful, even without a guaranteed outcome. Hope is not naive. Hope is brave. As you continue forward from here, I encourage you to release the need to know exactly how or exactly when this will unfold. Instead, focus on how you want to feel along the way. Choose peace over panic. Choose patience over pressure. Choose trust over constant worry. These choices will not only help you feel better today, they will help shape the kind of connection you are building toward. One rooted in calm and trust rather than anxiety and urgency. And one more thing before we move forward, remember that timing that feels slow to you may actually be perfect timing behind the scenes. Two people often need to become ready at the same time for a connection to truly last. If your soulmate is still working through fear, distance, or old wounds, that process, uncomfortable as it may feel from where you stand, may be exactly what needs to happen before this love can be lasting instead of shaky. Trust that this in-between time is not wasted. It is preparation. Now let's slow down for a moment, because there is something else you need to hear. So much of this journey is not just about your soulmate. It is about you too. It is about the way you have carried yourself through the waiting, through the wondering, through the nights when you asked yourself if this love was even real. I want you to know that your patience has not gone unnoticed. Every quiet hope you held on to, every time you chose faith over fear, has been part of this unfolding. You have been doing your own healing too, even if you did not always see it that way. Sometimes, when we are waiting for someone else to speak, we forget to check in with our own heart. So take a moment right now and ask yourself, what have I been carrying? What old hurt? What old doubt have I been holding onto that might be standing between me and the love that is coming toward me? This is not about blame. It is about awareness. When you become aware of what you are holding, you free up space to receive something new, something better, something whole. Think of your heart like a garden. For a season, it may have felt bare, like nothing was growing. But underneath the surface, roots were forming. Quiet, unseen, patient work was happening the whole time. That is what this waiting has been. It has not been empty time. It has been root time. And root time always comes before the bloom. Your soulmate has been going through their own root time too. They have been facing old patterns, old fears, maybe old versions of love that did not turn out well. And instead of rushing forward without healing those parts, something in them chose to slow down, to sit with the discomfort, to grow before speaking. That takes real strength. It is easy to mistake silence for a lack of courage, but often, silence is exactly where courage is quietly being built. I want you to picture this love not as something fragile that could break at any moment, but as something sturdy, something built slowly and carefully, the way a tree grows strong roots before it can hold up its branches in a storm. This is not a rushed love. It is a love with a foundation, and foundations take time. There is a reason so many people feel drawn to messages like this one. It is because deep down, we all want to know that our patience matters, that our love is not wasted, that the waiting has a purpose. And I am here to tell you, your waiting has a purpose. Nothing about this journey has been wasted. Every quiet night, every unanswered question, every moment you wondered if you were foolish for still hoping, has been leading somewhere. Let's talk about trust for a moment, because trust is not the same as certainty. You may not know exactly when your soulmate will speak, or exactly how this will unfold. That uncertainty is normal. What matters is not knowing every detail. What matters is choosing to trust the process even without all the answers. That is what real faith looks like. It is not the absence of doubt. It is choosing peace even while doubt is present. If you have been feeling impatient lately, that is okay. It is human to want answers now, to want closure now, to want the person you care about to simply say what is in their heart. But some of the most meaningful things in life cannot be rushed. A seed planted in soil cannot be forced to grow faster by pulling on it. It grows in its own time, following its own natural rhythm. Love often works the same way. Take a quick second before we move forward. Many channels are reposting and copying our content, but authentic energy cannot be duplicated. For the strongest positive connection and divine guidance, always listen from the original Angel's Message for You channel with the black logo base. Now, let's continue with the message your angels want you to hear. While you wait, there are small things you can do to stay aligned with this journey. Speak kindly to yourself. Remind yourself that you are worthy of a love that is open, honest, and freely given. Spend time doing things that bring you peace, whether that is spending time outdoors, journaling your thoughts, or simply sitting quietly and breathing. These small acts of self-care are not distractions from this journey. They are part of it. They keep your heart soft and open, ready to receive what is coming, instead of hardened by frustration or fear. You might also notice small signs along the way, things that feel like gentle reminders that you are on the right path. Maybe a certain number keeps appearing. Maybe a stranger says something that feels oddly specific to your situation. Maybe you feel a sudden wave of peace for no clear reason. These moments are not random. Pay attention to them. They are gentle confirmations that you are exactly where you are meant to be. I also want to remind you that this journey is not about controlling your soulmate's timeline or forcing anyone to speak before they are ready. True love cannot be forced open, can only be met with patience, warmth, and space to grow. If you try to force this moment, you may only push it further away. But if you allow it to unfold naturally, trusting that everything is happening exactly as it should, You create the calm, steady energy that allows real connection to flourish. Think back to other times in your life when something you wanted did not come on your timeline, but came later in a way that made more sense than you could have planned. Maybe it was a job, a friendship, a move to a new place. Looking back, you probably see now why the timing worked out the way it did, even if it felt frustrating at the time. This is no different. What is meant for you will not miss you. And what has been building quietly between you and your soulmate has been building for a reason. I know it can feel hard to keep believing when there has been so much silence. But I want to gently remind you that belief is a practice, not a one-time decision. Some days it will feel easy to trust. Other days it will feel harder. Both are okay. What matters is that you keep choosing to come back to hope, again and again, even on the harder days. That is what real faith looks like. Not perfect certainty, but steady return. As you continue moving through your days, try to hold a simple thought close to your heart. Something like this: I am open to receiving the love that is meant for me, in the timing that is meant for me. Say it quietly to yourself when doubt creeps in. Let it become a gentle anchor, something to return to whenever the waiting feels heavy. And remember, this message is not only about a future conversation or a future moment when words are finally spoken. It is about the love that already exists right now, in this very moment, even in the silence. That love is real. It does not need to be spoken out loud to be true. Words will eventually catch up to what has already been felt for a long time. So as we close this part of the message, take a deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart soften. You have been carrying so much, and it is okay to set some of that weight down now, even if just for a moment. You are supported. You are seen. And this love you have been holding on to, waiting for, hoping for, is closer than it has ever been. Trust the quiet. Trust the timing. Trust yourself. And trust that everything unfolding right now, seen and unseen, spoken and unspoken, is leading you exactly where you are meant to be. This love is still yours, dear soul. It always has been, and it always will be. The silence is breaking, and the love hidden within it is ready to step into the light. Welcome it. Hold it close. Let it guide you toward the future you are meant to build together. Dear beautiful soul, this angel's message for you channel is a sacred spiritual home, created for faith, healing, and divine guidance. A place where hearts awaken and lives are gently transformed through divine messages. We warmly invite you to subscribe and stay connected, because the divine is always preparing something greater for your journey, something you are meant to receive in divine timing. If you feel moved to support this mission, you can sow your seed here for your soulmate blessings and divine love fulfillment. Your contribution is not just support. It is an energetic agreement with love, healing, and divine alignment in your own life. When you give with intention, it opens doors. Love flows more freely, happiness expands, and abundance multiplies in unexpected ways. Many believe that giving in faith activates a return of peace, joy, and emotional fulfillment in relationships and life. Whether it is $11, $22, $33, or $55, your generosity helps us continue spreading these divine messages of hope, healing, and soulmate guidance across the world. Every seed sown into this mission helps hearts heal, faith return, and souls reconnect with love. This is more than a channel. It is a movement of light, unity, and divine timing. Your support allows this sacred work to grow, touching lives that are searching for answers, comfort, and spiritual direction. We are all connected in this journey, and together we rise as one community under divine love. Let us open our hearts to the abundance that is already on its way. Amen.